Part B, question number 7. Right, fine. Let us read this. Azuria is a sunny island nation, and 3 years ago, so we have used R and S, right? S is the country, source country from which income is derived, because I have read this question. So S country is the Azuria, AZ, right? So in bracket it's a source country, and I have written AZ, right? Azuria is a sunny island nation, and 3 years ago began hosting a prominent traveling music festival. And 3 years ago began hosting a prominent traveling music festival. This has resulted in a number of famous international non-resident musicians performing in Azuria before moving on to perform in other jurisdictions. Read again. This has resulted in a number of famous international non-resident musicians performing in Azuria. In this diagram, we have drawn two such musicians from two such countries. So you have country R2, resident country of that musician. You have country R1, resident country of this musician. Right? So these are the non-resident musicians who are visiting Azuria during this traveling music festival for performance. I hope the diagram is clear. Altaf, Charan, Deepak, Jolly, Krigan and Shrikant. Ali, we are discussing question number 7.
Yes.
Question number 7 of June 2023 examination paper. You can come to that. We are just discussing. We have just started. 45, 50 minutes discussion just was that. That's very, very important for the strategy. How would you pick the questions? But then question discussion is starting just now. Please switch off your mic. Right? Yeah. So I hope this diagram is clear, right? So Azuria AZ is a sunny island nation, and 3 years ago began hosting a prominent traveling music festival. This has resulted in a number of famous international non-resident musicians performing in Azuria before moving on to perform in other jurisdictions. The festival is a huge draw for tourists whose spending has helped to boost the small Azurian economy. Full stop. Next paragraph. The Azurian government has historically avoided engaging with many of the concepts. Azurian government has historically avoided engaging with many of the concepts. Story. They are narrating you a story. With many of the concepts that underscore the international tax landscape. The country has a very basic income tax system and currently has no double tax agreements. That is why I have not shown those two lines, parallel lines, which indicate that there is a tax treaty. So as of now, we have taken two countries, R1 and R2. Musicians from those countries are visiting Azuria, but there is no tax treaty between R1 and AZ or R2 and AZ. Is this point clear? Ali, Altaf, Charan, Deepak, Jolly, Krigan and Shrikant?
Yes.
Right? Has no double tax agreements. The Azorean Tax Administration, the ATA, has been significantly under-resourced for a number of years, with the government's limited resources being focused on continuing to increase tourism in order to raise tax revenues and grow the economy. Okay, a recent election has resulted in a change in government. The new Prime Minister of Azoria is focused on bringing the country's tax policy up to date and making Azoria a contributing member of the international tax community. The government is confident that the musical festival will continue to be an annual fixture and now intends to focus on the other forms of revenue generation such as income tax. Next paragraph. ATA has engaged with a number of jurisdictions with more sophisticated tax systems. ATA, Azorean tax system, is very basic. Engage with more sophisticated tax systems in order to obtain technical assistance and capacity building. Full stop. ATA has also hired a number of experts from these countries to assist with the day-to-day running of tax administration. However, everyone acknowledges that a lot of work is required to bring the Azoria's tax system into the 21st century. And certain things will need to be prioritized over others. The outside expert providing technical assistance have suggested that the Azorean government's first priority should be to negotiate and implement double tax agreements. So those experts which Azoria has hired from other countries, they have suggested that first of all, before doing anything, you should negotiate and conclude tax treaties. Right? Next point. Okay, ATA has asked the outside experts for specific advice on the taxation of income earned by the non-resident performers at the annual music festival on the basis that Azoria enters into DTAs that are identical to OECD Model Tax Convention 2017. See this. Now they are giving you the facts that outside tax experts which have advised the Azorean government that Azorean government should enter into tax treaties with the other countries. Those tax treaties which might be entered into, they would be based upon OECD Model Tax Convention 2017. So now you understand that whatever tax treaty question is going to follow, you've read everything. You've covered all the articles. Yes or no? Ali, Altaf, Charan, Deepak, Jolly, Krigan and Shrikant. That is why I told you the questions in part B are long, but they are stories. Next. The ATA has asked outside experts for specific advice on the taxation of income earned by the non-resident performance at the annual musical festival on the basis that Azoria enter into DTAs that are identical to OECD MTC 2017. The performers earn the following income while in Azoria for the festival. So can you please tell me when they are, because now you understand that there is a musical festival and these performers, something is going to, the question is going to focus upon the taxation of their income. Which article? The question is going to pertain. Which article?
Entertainment.
17. Article 17. Entertainers, musicians and performers. Right? Entertainers and sportspersons. Article 17. Okay. Now see. The performers earn the following income while in Azoria for the festival. Bullet point number 1. A fee for their involvement at the festival paid by the Azorean festival organizers directly to the performers. A fee for their involvement at the festival paid by the Azorean festival organizers directly to the performers. So meaning to say, this first stream of income, they are performing here, and the Azorean festival organizers are paying directly the performers. So meaning to say, this is the first stream of income. Income here, income here. These are the performers. Income stream 1. Income stream 1, income stream 1. Can you please tell me, Article 17 you said, very true. Article 17. Article 17, you would remember Article 17 has two clauses. Article 17.1, 17.2. This income is directly covered by which of these two clauses, 17.1 or 17.2? Ali, Altaf, Charan, Deepak, Jolly, Krigan, Shrikant. Which Which 17.1, 17.2? Which one of these two articles covers this stream of income, this direct stream of income which is obtained, this direct stream of income which is paid to the entertainers, musicians, sports persons, performers? This is covered by 17.1. The income which is paid, the income which these entertainers, musicians, sports persons earn because of the performance given in the source country S, this income is directly covered by Article 17.1, and Article 17.1 gives S country, in this case AZ Azuria, the right to tax this income. Yes or no? Ali, Altaf, Charan, Deepak, Jolly, Krigan, Shrikant. Everyone?
Yes.
Remember? Doesn't matter because this is the first time. Fine. This 17.1. So direct application of 17.1. So now you understand what is to be the essence of the question. The body of the question. 17.1. This stream of income will be covered by 17.1. Fine. Next. second bullet point. The performers earn the following income by Azuria for the festival. A fee for the involvement at the festival paid by the Azurian festival organizers directly to the performers. 17.1. And payment for a television performance made immediately after performing, which is paid by the Azurian television network ATVN to each performance agent. Payment for a television performance made immediately after performing, which is paid by the Azurian television network ATVN to each performer's agent. After the performance is over, this income gets covered by 17.1. After the performance is over, these performers, they appear on the TV. On the TV, they are performing. Payment for a television performance. That television performance can be interview performance, dialogue, whatever it is, acting, mock acting, whatever it is. But that television performance, that includes television performance. And for the television performance, Azurian TV network ATVN, which is an Azurian resident entity, obviously, it pays the agents. So in that case, the second stream of income is to the agents. So these are the agents, and they receive the income stream number 2. Now these agents can be, because nothing is mentioned where these agents are located. These agents can be located, may be located in S, may be located in R1, may be located in R2 or any other country. You would remember when I was discussing Article 17, I told you that as far as this, because this income is not directly flowing. This income is not directly flowing to these musicians. So I gave you two options, or rather I told you that there are two avenues by which S country can tax this income as well. One avenue is where the S country has look-through provisions in its domestic rules. Where the S country has look-through provisions in its domestic rules, in those cases, S country can tax this income as well. Why? Because S country will say that there is a nexus, there is a connection between this income and the performance given by the musicians. And because of this close connection, nexus, because of this close connection between this income and the musician's performance, I will tax this income because my look-through provisions, my domestic rules allow me to do so. Yes or no? Ali, Altaf, Charan, Deepak, Jolly, Krigan and Shrikant. Yes or no?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
This was one option. Second option was where the countries did not have those domestic look-through provisions. For them, you have 17.2.
17.2.
Yes. You have 17.2. So meaning to say that for the second income, you can mention both, and I told you everything. For the second stream of income, when you will come to, the writing part, I'll give you the framework. when you will discuss the second stream of income, because first stream of income, this income is very straightforward, this is 17.1. For the second stream of income, you have to discuss both. Option number 1, income 2, income 1, 17.1, income 2, 17.1, those countries that have look through, for those countries who have look through provision in their domestic law. For those countries who do not have look through provision in their domestic law, 17.2 will come and will tax income number 2. The question is done. Straightforward question. The question is over. Fine. You now know what all you have to write. And when I say 17.1 and 17.2, I mean the discussion part as well as citation part, commentary citation part. Commentaries. Fine. Cite the relevant paragraphs of the commentary in the question, in the answer, right? Let us complete this question.
So what is look through provision?
What is what?
Look through provision.
Deepak, did you see that article 17 video? Article 17 class? No.
I have not seen on 17.
Just watch that video. I have discussed this look through provision in very detail manner. Fine, you'll get that.
Done.
Okay, yes. To date, Azuria's domestic legislation has imposed income tax on the non-resident performers, but very few have adhered to the tax rules. And since the non-resident performers only work in Azuria for a few hours each year, ATA has not pursued these outstanding tax liabilities. Full stop. The ATA wants to know if this is the correct way for it to continue treating these performers if it enters into DTAs that are identical to OECD MTC 2017. Now, 17.1, 17.2 is done. Now additional, they are giving one additional issue. That till now Azuria has had no tax treaty. And these musicians, they used to come, they used to work, they used to earn income, and they used to fly off. They didn't even bother to pay. And because Azuria did not have sufficient avenues, sufficient tools, it was not able to pursue the tax liabilities on these performers. Now because Azuria is entering into tax treaties, so now Azuria wants to additionally know from the experts that can I pursue my outstanding tax liabilities? Can I pursue my outstanding tax liabilities against these performers because they are supposed to pay me the tax of last year or last to last year or last to last year, and they have not yet paid the tax. Can I do that? Oh, wonderful questions. Beautiful question. On the basis of the tax treaty, and the tax treaty would be OECD MTC 2017. Next point. As a member of the team of outside experts, you are required to number 1, advise ATA on what taxing rights Azuria would have over the income of non-resident performers at the annual music festival in the event that Azuria has entered into DTAs that are identical to OECD MTC 2017. Advise ATA on what taxing rights Azuria would have over the income of non-resident performers at the annual music festival in the event Azuria has entered into DTAs that are identical to OECD MTC 2017. 15 marks question. This is 17.1 and 17.2 that we have already discussed here and that we have discussed in that class. Yes or no? Ali, Altaf, Charan, Deepak, Rigan, Shrikant, right? So it's Article 17 that allocates. Article 17 allocates the taxing right over the income to S state, right? So this is your question number 1, part 1. Next point. Provide. As a member of the team of outside experts, you are required to provide guidance to the ATA on how it may use. See this. How it may use the exchange of information. Article 26. Provision in Article 26 of OECD MTC 2017 to gather further information on non-resident performers who owe taxes as a result of their performance at past musical festivals in Azuria. Past, previous years. Revenue claim, exchange of information, Article 26. Assistance in the collection of taxes, Article 27. Yes or no? Ali, Altaf, Charan, Deepak, Prigan, Shrikant. Yes or no?
Yes.
So now you understand how much material you have for this question. So much. Provide guidance to the AT on how it may use exchange of information provision in Article 26 of OECD MTC 2017 to gather further information on non-resident performers who owe taxes as a result of their performance at past musical festivals in Azuria, assuming Azuria has entered into DTAs identical to MTC 2017. Two parts. Part 1, allocation of taxing rights. This is part 1, 17.1, 17.2. Whatever is to be written, I have told you, we have already discussed. I am simply giving you the key points because this we have already covered. No point in repeating. Part 2, it talks about exchange of information, Article 26. So imagine now Azuria has what? Azuria has entered. So now Azuria has entered. This is Azuria, which is the source country, and that Azuria has entered into treaty with R1. And one of the performers was here. One of the musician was here. Is a resident of R1. He had performed but has not paid a tax in the past years. So now Azuria can ask R1 to provide information pertaining to him. Article 26.1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 discussed in detail. And when R1 will provide information that yes, we have this guy, so then Azuria can pursue that, okay, then if you have, so this person owes me taxes, I have revenue claim. What is revenue claim? 27.2. Taxes owed and then interest, penalties, cost and any conservancy. So meaning to say that 27.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all those provisions, they get embedded here. So you have 26, you have 27. Exchange of information will lead to collection of taxes, assistance in the collection of taxes, and if there is any problem, then ultimately Article 25 will also be mentioned. Because Article 27.1 says that mutual agreement procedure, both the countries R and S shall settle the application of this article on mutual agreement basis. So meaning to say that in second part you will have Article 26, Article 27, Article 25. The weightage of marks allotted to part 2 of this question are only 10. Mention all these points 26, 27, 25. Do not mention them in excessive detail. Please be mindful of the questions allocated to any part. If there is only one part, then 25 marks. Then you have to be mindful of the time limit. 45 minutes and then stop. Move to next question. If there are parts and subparts like this, part 1 15 marks, part 2 10 marks. So major is this, explain 17 and 17.1, 17.2 in detailed manner. Mention all these things. When you come to Article 2, do not start describing 26.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 27.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 25.1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in detail. It will become very, very long. And ultimately you have to be mindful of the time limit as well as the marks limit. Fine. So this takes care of your first part and the second part. Meaning to say that here you can write that once as an external tax advisor, you are the external tax advisor. When I will advise Azurian tax authority that it should enter into double taxation agreements with other countries, then those double taxation agreements, they contain exchange of information, Article 26. Article 27 pertains to assistance in the collection of taxes and Article 25 pertains to mutual agreement procedures. Azurian tax authority can make use of all these three articles 25, 26, 27 in pursuing the tax liabilities of those musicians who had performed in the past in Azuria but have not paid their taxes. For example, Azuria can ask the country, the contracting state, its treaty partner to provide information. The information can be sought under Article 26.1, which says that it shall be the obligation of both the countries to exchange information for the carrying over or for implementing the provisions of the convention. The information 26.2 discuss in brief. The information shall be kept secret by Azuria. Azuria shall keep this information secret. This is in accordance with the provisions of Article 26.2. R1, there is a limit to the obligation imposed upon R1. The limit is that R1, Azuria cannot ask R1 to carry out any administrative procedure which is in contravention of its domestic law. You have to write your answer using the provisions of 26 and other articles, but then mention this Azuria and R1. This is the presentation part, and unfortunately I cannot give you, I can give you model answers for this, but then you will not get a fact pattern like this. Fact, these question number 6 and question number 7 will be different. But I hope you get my point. You are discussing Article 26, 27 and 25, but then you are mentioning Azuria, etc., 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 so that they are able to understand that the candidate understands Article 26, 27 and is able to apply the Article 26, 27 on the fact of the question, on the fact patterns of the question. Is this point clear? Ali, Altaf, Charan, Deepak, Trigan and Shrikant?
Yes.
Right? Yes. That is why I told you marks may be allocated for clarity of presentation. No, marks will be allocated. Marks are allocated. Because if you do what? I told you 17.1, 17.2, 720, these articles. If you simply start copying Article 17, you have the model as convention. Open model as convention. You can open that because this is allowed. You open this Article 17, page number what? 35. Page number 39. Notwithstanding the provisions of Article 15, income derived by resident of a contracting state as an entertainer, if you start copying, they will not give you marks. Fine. So you have the material. You have to write this and the commentary paragraphs. But then you will have to customize the answer for the question which is asked to you. So this is a skill which you have to develop. It means that you have to do a writing practice. You have to do a writing practice. Fine. So you please try and attempt. You can attempt this any one question or two questions, specifically, especially before the examination. Fine. You can even attempt after today's both the classes and tomorrow's both the classes. You can attempt one or two questions and you can send that just screenshot or that PDF document to me. I'll quickly run it over. So I'll tell you that these are the points covered. Fine. But if you think that without doing the question answer practice, you will directly go to the examination hall, you'll directly attempt the examination for the first time, it will be difficult. So please attempt at least 2 papers. Don't do anything else. Attempt these 2 papers that we are discussing today and tomorrow. This will give you enough amount of practice and then you will be able to tackle the questions. Fine. I hope I am clear. Ali, Altaf, Charan, Deepak, Krigan and Shrikant.
Yes.
Right? Yes, Ali.
Good morning.
Yeah.
I just want to find out if you introduce a treaty, can it be retrospective? If you introduce a treaty now in 2023, can you use it for 2022, 2021?
Yes. Article 26 and 27, they don't say that these two articles will be used specifically for obtaining information after the date of ratification or after the date of adoption of the treaty. They are very clear: information pertaining to administration of taxes. Those taxes can be even the past taxes. Clearly?
Okay.
Yes. Right. Other tax liabilities presently, etc., that is fine. Now you will allocate in accordance. But exchange of information and assistance in the collection of taxes, that can be covered by Article 26. Article 26 and 27, they are very, very wide. They have very wide scope. They have very wide scope. Fine. Okay. So now with this, let me give you the framework. What points you should cover? We know what you have to cover. Let me give you the structure. Fine. Okay. Yes, and one more point, I forgot that. Before you start typing your answers at the top, I told you in the first class, make a note regarding citation. Note regarding citation at the very top, first part, first page at the top. In the answers that follow, in all the answers below, the following citation style is used. The following citation style is used. Citation style is used. C10, 12. C10, 12. Explanation. This explanation, reference is being made to commentary on Article 10. Reference is being made to commentary on Article 10, paragraph number 12 of the OECD Model Tax Convention, 2017. I told you this in the very first class. Yes or no? Ali, Altaf, Charan, Deepak, Krigan, Shrikant. Remember this?
Yes.
Right? Please make this note in the top, at the top. In all the answers below, the following citation style is used. C10, 12, C9, 3, C5, 10, whatever it is, any. Reference explanation. Reference is being made to commentary on Article 5, paragraph number 4 of the OECD Model Tax Convention 2017. Number 1. Number 2. So this is the note. Fine. Whenever you are going to write the answer, please, for part B and as well as for other tax treaty questions that might appear in part A, please make it a point that you should refer, because the questions are of 25 marks. Please make it a point that you should refer to at least quote at least 5 paragraphs in the commentary. Quote at least 5 paragraphs in the commentary. Fine. When you will quote the paragraphs in the commentary, then this will give weightage to your marks questions. Answers. You will get weightage. Quotations, these citations, they carry weightage. And this was one of the reasons why we have read so many paragraphs from the commentary in the class. Because commentary, number 1, they explain, they clarify the provisions, they help you in the interpretation of the provision. And number 2, wherever you are required to make your case, support your argument, commentary are used. So this is exactly what you are doing when you say Article 17.1. So quote paragraphs which you have already highlighted in your Model Tax Convention. that these are the paragraphs. For example, please open your World Tax Convention. Please open your World Tax Convention, Article 17. Article 17, commentary, page number, come to page number 332. Please come to page number 332. Article 17 we have already covered. Article 17, page 332. You can quote paragraph number 3. So C17(3), right? You can also quote. You can quote paragraph number 7, page 333. So C17(7). Paragraph number 7, running paragraph number 7. Income derived by income derived by impresarios etc. for arranging the appearance of entertainer or sportsperson outside the scope of the article, but any income they receive, agents, impresarios or agents, any income they receive on behalf of the entertainer or sportsperson is of course covered by it. You can also quote this paragraph number 8. In fact, paragraph number 8 is very important. Paragraph 1 applies to running paragraph number 8. Paragraph 1, that is 17.1, applies to income directly and indirectly from a performance by an individual entertainer or sportsperson. In some cases, the income will not be paid to the individual or his agent directly with respect to a specific performance, for instance, member of an orchestra. So this is a definite quote. Fine. If you will move further, you can also quote paragraph number 9, running paragraph number 9, C79, that includes what all type of income is covered. In fact, besides fee for their actual performance, entertainers and sportspersons often receive income in the form of royalties or of sponsorship fees or advertising fees. In general, other articles would apply wherever there is no close connection. I told you this is this is worded in a negative manner. So whenever you find that there is a close connection between the income and the performance, Article 17 will apply. And in this case, the second bullet point says that they are performing on the TV, but they are not getting paid. Agents are getting paid. So there is a close connection between their performance and the income too. So therefore 17.1 or 17.2 both apply. So running paragraph number 9 is very important. So C17(9). Fine. Move further. Page 338. Page 338. Page 338. Running paragraph number 11. Running paragraph number 11. 11C. So C17(11C). The third situation involves certain tax avoidance devices in cases where remuneration for the performance of an entertainer or sportsperson is not paid to the entertainer or sportsperson himself but to another person. A so-called star company in such a way that the income is taxed in the state where the activity is performed neither as person service to the entertainer or sportsperson nor as profits of enterprise. In the absence of a permanent establishment, some countries look through such arrangement under their domestic law and deem the income to be derived by the entertainer or sportsperson. Where this is so, 17.1 enables them to tax the income resulting from the activities. Other countries which do not have look through, where a performance takes place in such a country, paragraph 2, that is 17.2, permits it to impose tax on the profits diverted from the income. So C17(11C) is very important for 17.2. You already have these paragraphs highlighted in the discussion. I am simply pointing out that you must highlight, you must cite some of these paragraphs in the answer, code them. If you will do that, it will give you a weightage, it will give you marks, 1 mark, 2 mark, 1 mark, 2 mark, 1 mark, 2 mark, and ultimately your score will rise. Is this point clear? Ali, Altaf, Charan, Deepak, Krigan and Shrikant. Yes or no?
Yes.
Deepak, Charan, Altaf and Ali. This was the third point, third importance of reading the paragraphs. Understanding the provision, interpreting the provision, and third, citation in the examination. Right? Don't cite everything. 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. Fine? Okay. So now let me give you, we've seen the citation style, the note in the beginning. Now let me give you the structure of this question. Answer. Right? Okay, question 7. Structure. Structure of the answer that I would write. You can follow another structure. I am giving you one of the structures. Fine. Whatever question, whatever subject, PIT or TP. Introduction, although maybe a short introduction, should be a short introduction, and conclusion must. One paragraph for introduction, one paragraph for conclusion. Why? Clarity of presentation. Clarity or presentation, or logical order. Fine. So introduction. What will you write in the introduction? You will write this story. Use the story. The fact pattern given in the question. The fact pattern given in the question, and I have not memorized this. I am creating this right in front of you. Fine. The fact pattern given in the question. In fact, you can use this structure. Start with the fact pattern. The fact pattern given in the question pertains to Article 17 of the OECD Model Tax Convention. Fact pattern given in the question pertains to Article 17 of the OECD Model Tax Convention. Article 17 of the OECD Model Tax Convention. Article 17 of the OECD Model Tax Convention deals with the allocation of taxation right between the source state and the resident states on the income derived by entertainers, musicians, and sportspersons. In this case, in the present case, the source country is Azuria, the Sunny Island nation, and the entertainers and the musicians are non-resident musicians of Azuria. They are out. They have their residence outside Azuria, and it is the income which they derive out of their performance in Azuria that is the subject matter of this question. Done. Short introduction. You have mentioned which is the relevant article. Article 17, you mentioned that it deals with the allocation of taxing rights between R and S on the income derived by the performance of the sportspersons, entertainers, musicians. I hope this introduction is clear to all of you. Ali, Altaf, Charan, Deepak, Kridan and Shrikant. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? Ali, yes.
Yes, sir.
Use a fact pattern. You have a one-page story, right? But using this, see what you have done. You have actually pointed out to the examiner that he knows the relevant Article 17. He also knows that Article 17 deals with the allocation of taxing right between R and S. And he has also, number 3, he has also pointed out that the entertainers, musicians and sportspersons, musicians who are performing in Azuria, they are non-resident musicians. So in the introduction itself, which is not very long, short introduction, you have given the answer that is going to follow will be on these lines. This is the purpose of introduction. to create a framework to give the to give a gist to the examiner that this is something that he should expect in the answer below. Right? Okay, so first part is introduction. First paragraph is introduction. Second. So now because you introduce Article 17, now you can come to Article 17 as such. Article 17. Article 17 of the OECD Model Tax Convention. Okay, say this. Okay. As an expert, advise the ATA as a member of the team of outside experts. So you are a member of the outside team expert. As a member of the outside tax team, as a member of the outside expert, I will advise Azuria that it should enter into the double taxation agreements with the other countries. Full stop. Assuming that Azuria enters into double taxation agreements with the other countries, the treaty will contain Article 17. Article 17, now you start. Article 17 of the treaty between Azuria and the other countries. Article 17 deals with entertainers and musicians, that is taxation of income derived by entertainers, musicians and sportspersons. Article 17 deals with the allocation of taxing rights between R and S country. Article 17 of the World Tax, Article 17 of the Azurian Treaty with the other countries, it has two paragraphs, Article 17.1 and 17.2. So 17.1 and 17.2. Explain 17.1. 17.1, what is 17.1? 17.1 says, now you can go to the provision. Page number 39. Page number 39. Page number 39. Model Tax Convention. Income derived by a resident of a contracting state as an entertainer, as theatre, motion picture, radio or television artist from that resident's personal activities as such exercised in other contracting state may be taxed in that other state. Article 17.1 therefore deals with the income which is derived by the non-resident musicians while they are performing in the Azurian state. Article 17.1 deals with the income which is directly earned by them. In this case, and then quote the paragraphs which I have already told you. In the present case, in the given fact pattern of the question, the musicians derive a fee for their involvement at the festival, and this is paid by the Azurian festival organizers directly to the performers. Pick this line from the question fact pattern. The first bullet point, the fee which is directly paid to these musicians because of their performance in the Azurian state, that would be directly covered as per the provisions of Article 17.1, and therefore Azuria will have taxation rights. Azuria will get the right to tax over this income. Article 17.1. Fine. 17.1 done. Quote those paragraphs. 17.2, 3, whatever I have mentioned. Come to 17.2. There is a second stream of income. There is a second stream of income which is paid not directly to the musicians but to their agents. This income, this stream of income has a close connection or close nexus between the performance of the musicians, which happens immediately after the performance. This performance happens on the TV, and as a result of this television performance, the agents of the musicians, they are paid by Azurian TV network given in the question. Full stop. Full stop. This stream of income can be covered by the tax treaties of Azuria via both the provisions 17.1 and 17.2. This stream of income 2 would be covered by 17.1 if Azuria has domestic look-through provisions in its domestic laws. However, if Azuria does not have domestic look-through provisions, then 17.2 would help Azuria to tax this stream of income, because 17.2 says that even if the income is not directly paid to the musicians and it gets paid to any other person on the behalf of musician, then that income gets it also gets taxed by Azuria may also tax that income, as country may also tax that income. So that income stream would be covered by either 17.1 look through, or if there is no look through, then by 17.2. This will take care of both the streams of income, 17.1 and 17.2. Now, in this discussion that I have just now, narrated to you, what I have done, I have not separately described 17.1 and 17.2. I have merged the application of 17.1 into with the income stream. There is another pattern, there is another form in which you can use. You can first explain 17.1. That 17.1, the tax treaty of Azuria with other countries will contain 17.1, and 17.1 gives the right to tax the income derived by entertainer, musician, sports person. When that income is being derived directly by the entertainer, musician, sports person, this right is being given to the source country, in this case Azuria. And then you can start writing that in this case there are two streams of income. In the first case, the musician is deriving the income, and therefore applying 17.1, Azuria will get the right to tax. So meaning to say that you can have explain 17.1 and then mention the fact pattern. Similarly, in 17.2, explain 17.2 and then give the fact pattern. That for income 2, fact income 1 as well as income 2, look through. So you can use either of these two. Explain 17.1, then apply the facts. Explain 17.2, apply the facts. Or if you want to save time, you can merge everything like I did. Are you able to notice the difference between these two approaches? Ali, Altaf, Charan, Deepak, Krigan and Shrikant. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Krigan? You can merge everything. Or you can separate. If you merge, then obviously you'll have to process the information. But then you'll save time. If you separate, then you can write the article and then you can mention the facts. Choice is yours. Fine. So, part 1 introduction. Part 2, the core body, 17.1, income 1 covered, income 2 also covered, look through. 17.2, explanation, fact, income 2 covered. This covers your part 1 of the question. This covers part 1 of your question, and therefore third part would be conclusion or result. Okay, we'll write result. What is result? Result. See, the result would be, as a result of the treaties, as an outside expert, as a result of treaties that Azuria will conclude with other countries, Azuria will derive the right to tax over the income streams mentioned in the question with the help of two articles, via two articles, Article 17.1 and 17.2. Article 17.1 will give the right to tax the income which is directly earned by the musicians, and Article 17.2 of the tax treaty will give Azuria the right to tax the income which is paid to the agents of the musician. This is the result. Azuria will get the right to tax. Azuria get the right to tax income 1 and income 2. Fourth, conclusion. In fact, conclusion and result are almost the same. So you can write that Azuria as a result of tax treaties on the basis of the foregoing discussion. Conclusion: on the basis of the foregoing discussion, as an outside tax expert, I recommend that it is in the favor of the Azurian tax authority to conclude tax treaties, because it enables Azuria to gather revenue, to collect tax revenue by the application of Article 17.1 and 17.2. Done. Conclusion: summarize everything in 1 or 2 lines, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is, that you already said. On the basis of the foregoing: introduction, the given fact pattern. So you always have the introduction, the given fact pattern and story, 2, 3, 4 lines. Conclusion: on the basis of the foregoing. Yes or no? Ali, Altaf, Charan, Deepak, Krigan and Shrikant. Yes, making sense. So you have a structure. You have a structure ready: introduction, Article 17, result, and conclusion. This is basically 17.1 and 17.2, but this is the body: introduction, conclusion, result. This takes care of your part 1. Fine. Part 2 is very straightforward. Structure part 1. Provide guidance to the ATA. Part 2. Provide guidance to the ATA on how it may use exchange of information provision in Article 26 of OECD MTC to gather further information on non-resident performers who owe taxes as a result of their performance at past musical festivals in Azuria, assuming Azuria has entered into DTAs identical to OECD MTC 2017. Okay, so now you can come to what? Page number 45. Yeah, page number 45. Page number 44, 45, you have map, you have Article 26, you have Article 27. Okay, again the structure: introduction, the fact pattern given in the question. The fact pattern given in the question points out that in the past years, the musicians which performed in Azuria have not paid their share of taxes, and Azuria was not able to pursue because Azuria did not have tax treaties with other countries. Now, because Azuria has concluded tax treaties with other countries, therefore there are provisions in the tax treaties which can help Azuria to pursue those tax liabilities in respect of previous years. Introduction done. Number 2, provisions in the treaty. Provisions. Article 26, Article 27, and then Article 25. You have to explain 26.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but not in detail because it's only 10 marks and there are 3 articles. The Azurian tax treaty, which is based upon Azurian tax treaties, Azurian double tax agreements, are based on the OECD Tax Convention 2017, and therefore they contain Article 26, 27, 25. Article 26 pertains to exchange of information, and therefore the treaty partners of Azuria are under the obligation to share information with Azuria pertaining to the implementation of the convention, carrying on of the provision of the convention. Is very clearly mentioned in 26.1. So explain the gist of 26 and 26.1. The contracting state, the Azurian tax treaty partner is under obligation to furnish information to Azuria regarding those musicians who have not paid their taxes. Under 26.2, Azuria is under the obligation to maintain the confidentiality or secrecy of that information. Under 26.3, the contracting state, the other contracting state, that is the requested state, has its obligation limited. Those three examples. 26.4 and 26.5. Fine. And 27 and Article 27. On the basis of the information furnished under Article 26, Azuria finds out that there are musicians in the other countries who are yet to pay the taxes. Therefore, under Article 27, Azuria can request the other contracting state, the treaty partners, to help in the collection of the revenue claims. Under 27.1, under 27.2, revenue claims may comprise of taxes, interest, penalties, cost, and conservancy. Azuria can make a tax claim, can request the other contracting state, its treaty partner, to collect revenue claim 27.3 or conservancy 27.4, and so on and so forth. Fine. So 26 done, 27 done. If there are any disputes regarding the application 26, 27, 27, 26, then that dispute can be settled by Azuria with its treaty partner under Article 25. So you've covered. So first paragraph introduction, second paragraph will be Article 26, third paragraph will be Article 27, fourth paragraph will be Article 25. Fine. Then what you have? Then third part will be what? Result. So therefore, on the basis of the conclusion of treaty, on the basis of the treaties, Azuria will be able to pursue the past tax liabilities on the performances which were rendered in its territories and the taxes were not paid. Result. 4. Conclusion. On the basis of the foregoing, it can be said that Azuria stands to gain a lot if it concludes tax treaties with other partners. It will be able to collect the past tax liabilities. It will be able to exchange, it will be able to get relevant information for the collection of its revenue claims. Done. 1, 2, 3.